Hi, boys and girls. Guess who? Hey, I just made it through chapter 5 of Truefaced. And at the risk of copyright infringement, I thought that chapter 5 was really kind of one of the keys to the whole Truefaced message. And the authors put some bullets at the end of each chapter, and I thought it might be kind of, I don't know, informative for those who want a thumbnail of what Truefaced is about, at least from my perspective. To just go through the bullets a little bit. Chapter 5 in Truefaced is about the two paths that we encounter in trying to walk with God. One is the path of pleasing God. One is the path of trusting God. And they both sound good and they both look good, but they lead to dramatically different results. And first little bullet is that pleasing and trusting God are the ultimate motives for our lives, for our hearts. And what the authors say, Bill, Bruce, and John, is that motives result in values, which then result in actions. And so the motives are kind of the deepest part of what we do. So the motive being either pleasing God or trusting God. So they go on to say, the wind will let me read this, that if my life motive is an unwavering determination to please God, then my value, the value that results from that motive, will be striving to be all God wants me to be. You'll be a Marine, I guess. And my action will be working on my sin to achieve an intimate relationship with God. Well, probably most of us have realized that working on my sin doesn't do anything except produce more sin. As a matter of fact, the next little bullet is, when we strive to sin less, we don't sin less. Right? Somehow we all know this. I mean, those of us who have been walking or trying to walk with God, there you go, striving to walk with God for any length of time, know that you try to sin less, but you don't. Okay? That's just the way it is. So, pleasing God, trying to please God, if you make that your primary motivation, you're going to be screwed. Okay? So, on the other hand, if your motive is to trust God, then the value will be, and this is the important part, this is, I think, their central message. If you trust God, your value will be living out of who God says I am, and the resulting action will be standing with God with my sin in front of us, that is, in front of me and God, and maybe some other people too, and then working on it together. That is, the only kind of working on my sin that produces any real effect is when God is doing the working. We can't work on it. We can't fix it. I think we all know this. And so, to work on our sin, we have to trust God that He's going to be pleased with us and love us, even though the sin is right in front of us. Instead of trying to hide it behind us, we put it right in front of us, and then you work on it together with God. There's some other bullets here. I think that, but I think maybe it would be better if you actually read it. Those particular bullets, this idea of pleasing God versus trusting God, really spoke a lot to me because it, once again, I think I keep returning this idea. There's two trees in the garden. There's the tree of knowledge, and there's the tree of life. And pleasing God is like the tree of knowledge. You figure out what good and evil is. You distinguish between good and evil, and you keep trying to choose the good, choose the right, and you wind up, of course, falling short, falling on your face. It's the tree of knowledge, and you die the day you eat of it. On the other hand, there's the tree of life. That's the tree of trusting God. That's the tree that's guarded by these cherubim and this flaming sword, and that noise you hear is my grandchildren. There they are, just showing up. So I'll say goodbye for now. Talk to you later. Bye.